What's up, guys? Today's off-road overland tip of the day is get yourself a bypass belt. What does that mean? Stay tuned to find out. So just the other day, we found ourselves on our way back from Colorado, and luckily the odds were in our favor on this trip and we actually made it. But about 2 days after we got back from that 5,000 plus mile adventure, this guy went out. I put the truck in reverse, backed out the driveway, super loud squeak, and came under, saw some white smoke, and witnessed this belt literally melt in half. I've checked all the pulleys, they all spin. The alternator has a little squeak to it, but this guy does not spin at all. So before I try and put a new belt on this thing, I just want to find out, is this guy supposed to spin freely? I can't remember. I think it is, but if I put a new belt on, it's going to immediately fry. So let me know. Mr. AC compressor. So we found ourselves stranded at the end of our driveway. Luckily, it was our driveway. It almost never happens like that. So white smoke, the belt fried, it melted on the pulleys. I had to clean all the pulley sheaves just literally by taking like a X-Acto knife and just literally just picking all off every single rib. I want the record to reflect that I have cleaned every single rib 2 hours or so, so everything should be nice and clean, ready to go. And yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Luckily it happened here and we were able to tow, get a buddy to tow us. Shout out to Adam, he towed us to the dealership. Well, here we are. At least we're getting pulled by a Ram, right? Homie in the OG Ram pulling the dyno. AC compressor blew out, spare tires blown. Well, it's not affecting this, but yeah, it's good to have a buddy. You know what's great about this is my mileage is amazing right now since my truck's not running. Can't say the same for Adam, but my gas mileage is doing fantastic. But what happens when your AC compressor blows? Well, it's on a pulley, it's on a system that also runs your water pump. You can't run your truck or your car without a water pump, right? Because it'll overheat, especially in Florida. So what do? Bypass belt. Stay tuned, check it out. Subscribe for more of this. So I'm under here trying to take a rough measurement of what it would look like if we ran the belt, the accessory belt, on everything except for the air conditioning pulley. So what I've done is basically just pulled it off the AC pulley, or stretched it out. We're gonna, that's how much slack I have. Is right there. So I'm gonna ballpark that around 6 inches, maybe 5 to 7, and buy a belt in that range and see what it looks like. Ideally, you take a fishing line, have someone help you hold it taut on all the pulleys and do it like that, but we're just gonna gauge it and we're gonna get a belt size that's the same length as this, minus maybe 5 to 7 inches, give or take, and see what it looks like. Should be close at that point, I would say, because our air conditioning just exploded. This is brand new, and they didn't replace all of the components in the AC system because we have an interchiller. So because of that, there's definitely metal bits still in the AC system. Even though they back flushed it, there's still metal bits. So this is a ticking time bomb. And when this blows up, I don't want to be stranded. So I want to have a belt that I can still run the water pump and everything else. So there we go, alternator, etc. So what I've done now is, this is my current belt length, including the air conditioning pulley. So I'm gonna subtract about 5 or so inches from that, and I'm gonna look at the next closest size. This is the exact type of belt I have, a Gates Micro V. And I'm looking at around here, is around 5.5 inches almost. So I'm probably gonna start there and work my way up or down as needed, but I think 5.5 inches is a good starting point. So I'm gonna look for this part number on Amazon and hopefully find one with free returns so I can just kind of buy a few, return what doesn't work, and go from there. All right, we just got a couple belts in for our bypass belt test. So I'll throw up the gates chart again so you can see these are the two we went with, which is a negative 5.75 inches from the current belt and a negative 4.80 inches from the current belt. So you'll see how it turns out. I'm going to start with a smaller one, 71 3/4, and this one is 72 5/8. And the factory belt for the Predator is this guy, which is 77, if I would zoom, 77 3/8. So you can see we've gone down quite a few inches, so we're going to test out the small one and see what happens. I don't believe that we got it done by ballparking it and just eyeballing it, no measurements at all. But check this out. We have the accessory belt on the T-Rex run without the AC compressor pulley. And it is nice and snug. It might even be a tiny bit too tight because I had to really get on the tensioner to get that belt on. There's a little bit of a wiggle room, but I would say if it's not this belt, maybe one size bigger, if it's like only, you know, a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch or something like that, because it doesn't need a lot. But I guess we'll fire it up and see how it does. But you can see it's run exactly the way it's supposed to be. It's on the alternator. It's on every single pulley that the accessory belt is on except for the AC. And you can see there's still plenty of room there between the tensioner and the AC pulley so that it, you know, has room to do whatever it needs to do. So we're going to fire it up and see what happens. Fingers crossed. What's up, guys? If you find this video helpful in any way, go ahead and mash that Chuck Norris button for us. All right, so I'm putting on the tripod, and I don't know how this is going to go, so I'm not going to be down here when we start. I'm going to roll out when we start this up, and I'm just going to scream at you to cut it off, okay? Yeah. All right, hold on. Make sure you listen. Just leave the door open. I'm going to scream at you if I'm telling you to shut it off, okay? Fire in the hole. What's up, guys? If you haven't already, definitely check out the links in the description below. We've got lots of cool discount links, discount codes for a lot of awesome companies. I'll leave you to the rest of this video, guys, and thanks for watching.